Good Voch Rabboisai. We have some very choshev guests today. Shalom Aleichem, what's your name?
Eddie Jackson.
Eddie Jackson from?
Bergenfield.
Bergenfield. Shalom Aleichem. And your name?
Melch Markowitz.
From? Beitar. Let's do that again. Hold on a second. Okay, that's Shalom Aleichem. You're going to tomorrow. Yossi? What's the name again? Yossi, what's your last name?
K.
Yossi K. Came here for a little bit of a trip from England. And he came to Shir during his trip. Then he said he decided he's not going back to England anymore. He's making Aliyah. Something like that. It sounds good. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, now he has to go back for Parnassa. So if somebody has a good job for him here in Eretz Yisrael, let us know. He's a very good driver. He took me to the airport. That's what he does for Parnassa. He drives. He drives for hours and hours. So he needed like a driving kind of job. He loves driving. All right. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name?
Hey, Simon Rosenfeld.
Shalom Aleichem from? From Yerushalayim.
Yeah.
Woman.
I used to live in the front.
Ah. Who's Fishel's friend? Are you Fishel's friend? Fischel. What's your name?
David Finkelstein.
You're Fishel's friend.
And neighbor.
And neighbor.
He's leftovers.
How many years have you been his neighbor and friend?
Since Yeshiva days, probably 40 plus years.
Wow. That's good.
How? He was the center.
Was he? He played ball back in the day?
He could move.
No way. Fisher could play.
Fisher could play.
Wow. Listen, tell us some more. No, let's hear it. We don't know anything. When did you start the daf?
I'm not a Talmud, but I'm doing my best. I started.
So you're not a real neighbor of Fishel's.
Yeah, right.
Did he try to get you? The $1,000 Sanhedrin, the corned beef sandwich, and the menach? No?
It's all working.
It's working. It's a lot. Okay, Givaldik. Who else do we have? What's your name?
Mark Berkowitz.
From?
New Rochelle.
Shalom Aleichem. And you're a Talmud? You do it all the time?
A year and a half now.
Oh, that's Talmud. That's big time. Shkoyach. Who else? Who's a guest? Who wants to say Shalom Aleichem? You guys, what's your names?
Shlomo Hamilton.
From?
Hillside.
Givaldik. You in Yeshiva here? Where? Vaseret. Oh, so you're in my building today? Yeah. You guys were making a lot of Gishmaka singing.
I need to catch up on yesterday's daf.
You do the daf?
Started from the fourth pair.
Wow. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Vaseret. What's your name? You didn't tell me your name. Zevachim Friedman. Shalom Aleichem. From?
Hollywood, Florida.
Hollywood, Florida. You used to see my dad? My dad used to live there. Not really? Okay. Who else? Anybody wants to say hello? Goodbye? Nothing? Shalom Aleichem. What's your name?
Gershon Fur.
From?
Ramat Beit Shemesh.
Ramat Beit Shemesh. Givaldik. Hey.
Had to walk across the park.
This is unbelievable. I hope we don't scare you away today. Geshmak daf. We got great sugyas. Yonatan Nathan is here. What? Who? Eli After's what? You leaving tonight? Where is he? I saw him somewhere. Yeah. Oh, Kamal's here. Tonight's the last night? You know official?
Who's that?
Yeah. All right, Givaldi. So now after all that, Rabbi Isai, the Monsei Chevra and Havasi Yitzchok nightly viewing the daf. Now, I gotta say, I was in Lakewood. I forgot to mention there's a place over there, a satellite location in Tom's River. Go be Mechazik Doilam over there. They were not happy with me. I forgot to mention it. You know this guy? There's a famous picture of him. I didn't want to show it because I thought maybe he got into trouble. We'll show it. He was like, what was he doing? He was saying he's for the Bnei Torah. He's a shtickmacher. Here he is. Rabbi Isaac.
I want to say, Eli, all the guys in NBY, I miss you guys. It's hard for me, but I do the daf every day. I don't miss. I have an hour to learn and focus. Finally, I don't have a cheer, but I try to get the guys around me to do it. It's a real inspiring thing. Love you guys.
All right, Yosef, Givaldik. Here he is. They call him my brother from another mother. That's what they... You have no idea how many bar mitzvah presents he took. Like, he was supposed to go to my son, and he's walking around in my son's bar mitzvah just taking gifts. The cash, all the cash. He enjoys it. Yeah, listen, it goes both ways. I think you made off with more money.
Now you can say your brother's a chayab.
If I'm not mistaken, Kilov was David's son, not his brother. At least that's what Rabbi Google says. Yeah, we already established that in English here. Much love. One of it, there was something else. No, that's it? Okay, Givaldik. Jumping into sponsors, himself sponsored. As you know, Motzei Shabbos. Back-to-back shiurim, so the Israelis start coming in at 9:30. So we have 45 minutes, should be enough. David Salomon dedicated memory of Avi Moiri, Reb Shmuel, Baruch, Ben Reb Chaim, Tzvi, Doiv, Zechron Levracha. The Masechta sponsored anonymously, Nishmas Doidi. Each one of these people donated $9,000 towards the Masechta. Nishmas Doidi, Shlomo Yehuda, Zechron Levracha, Ben Shmuel Chaim, Zechron Levracha, Sheshokad, V'lamed Kachem Kol Chayev. Anonymous, L'schus Refuah Shlema Nachum Tzvi, Ben Yenta. Sponsored by Skyber Capital. In honor of our friends, Meir Kovacs, Taki, and Shamshi Shlafrak for the devotion to Torah study in the Shir. Joel Gedalius, Leonid Shmatz, my father, Jack Gedalius. Anonymous, that's Lachim Brooklyn Suvagashmias. Multi sponsors anonymous, Baruch Hatli Dai, Baruch Tzvi Nisim Ben Shoshana Leah, Yehuda Miyam Ben Chava, Tzvi Jacobs, for Refuah Shleim, for Bracha Bat Chana Amen. Weekly sponsors, Charlie Said, is that how you pronounce it? I want to wish my Ashes Chayil, Toba, of 50 years, a happy 70th birthday, Mazel Tov. That's the way you celebrate a 50th birthday. I mean, 70th birthday, 50 years of marriage. Daily sponsors anonymous for that tzlacha of my children, Amen. MDYR monthly Refuah Shleima for Yonatan Eitan, who's with us tonight here in house. Yonatan Eitan Ben Basheva Brocha. Refuah Shleima Mordechai Ben Esther. Refuah Sayel Daniel Zev Ben Ayel Esther. Rabbi Sai. We're starting a brand new topic. It's actually an older topic. It fits right into Ezim Kaimon. Zivchei, Shalmei, Tzibur, V'Hashamois. So we're going through the list, where are all the korbanos, and it's very simple because we had it a number of times. We know how this works. Now there's a list. You have the, I got to tell you, because you usually, Nachman Seltzer says this, so you got to be careful not to lean in, because then your head will go into the, look at the screen once in a while and you'll see what I'm talking about. Some people like it. Oh no, you're not supposed to lean in? Okay. Here, I think you're still in there. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. You see? Great. So the kachim. This is a list. We already took care of the chatos. We took care of the oila. And now we're dealing with shalmi tzibur. Kachim. We're on nun daled omid beis on the bottom by the Mishnah. Kachim. The more severe, you could only eat it for the day that you shecht it, then that night until chatzos, midderais until the morning. Different halachas that kachim have, and not kachim. Where do you shecht the kachim? Where do you shecht the zivchei shalmei tzibur? Shalmei tzibur, shlamim of the community. There's only one time a year that we bring it. When do we bring zivchei shalmei tzibur? Shavuos. V'ashamois. And an asham, here we go. You see in the list it says chatas asham. Asham is very similar to chatas. So what type of ashamis are we familiar with? There's one here that if you were to ask people in your shul that don't do the daf, they'll have no clue what's going on. They never heard of it. Even if they heard of it, they don't know what it is. That's why you got to be a tamid. You got to listen. You got to do the daf every day. Asham gizelos. If you're watching somebody's chayfetz, you're watching an item, and then you deny ever having it, you swear, and then you admit to it, you have to bring in Asham Gzelos. Asham Elois is if you use something from the Beis HaMikdash, not only do you have to add 25% to it, you also have to bring in Asham, a carbon. Asham Shifcha Charufa. Oh, what in the world? Anybody know what anybody that knows what Asham Shifcha Charufa? Raise your hand. What is it? You know what it is? How many? 7 people from the whole room? There has to be more. Okay, what is it? You. What is it? First of all, what's your name?
Aaron Chaim Karen. I was here before.
You were here before. Wow. Okay. Aaron Chaim what? What's your last name? Karen. Okay, now you better know what it is because it's embarrassing. It's only maybe 35,000 people who are watching this. Let's go. Let's hear.
So if somebody has relations with a Shif Charufa,
which is what?
Which is a Shifcha that was bought by 2 owners, and one of them set her free. She's half Shifcha, half Basker, and she's married to.
It's not bad. Not bad. Okay, you got most of it. So, Shifcha Harufa is here. I'll show you. We have a little video. So here the master gives his eved, and this is a Jewish slave. A Jewish slave is permitted to marry the shifcha if the master gives him over. So they actually get married.
Mazal tov.
That I don't know what it means. If another Jew takes her, there's no Eishes Ish. There's no Eishes Ish here. It's an interesting halacha. There's no Eishes Ish. There's no Malkus. He has to bring a carbon. Even though she's married, so to speak, to the other Jew, the other Eved Ivri, you bring a shivcha. It's almost what you said, yeah? You went with the chatzi. I don't know why exactly, but okay, here. Okay, you went. You said Rabbi Shmuel. Good. I go like Rabbi Kiva. Oh. Stop it. Menachem, stop it. You're making too many tzars tonight. Asham Nazir. So this is a little tricky. A Nazir, we know, a person says he's going to refrain from drinking wine, touching dead people, and then he becomes Tameh. It's after he became Tameh, he has to bring a Nazir. When he's Tahar, he doesn't bring a Sham Nazir. He brings other here. When he's his regular thing, he'd bring a Shlamim and a Chatas and an Oila, but he does not bring in a Sham. This is, what is going on here? This is just for later. Okay. I'll go upon him. A Sham Tzayra, somebody has Tzaras, and he's done with his whole procedure. He brings an Asham that we discussed. That you take the blood and you put it on the thumb and on the toe, the ear, etc. Now that we finished that, where do you shecht it? Asham Tali. Asham Tali is if a person who did some sort of aver, like eating fat, chaylev, but he's not sure. He has a suffix. Afterwards, he found out that one of the pieces over there was chaylev, but he's not sure if that's the one he ate. So he has a suffix. He has to bring like a chatas misafik. It's called the asham tali. It hangs until you figure it out, so that you don't get punished from mishamayim. You bring a carbon. Shchitas and batzafin. The entire shchita is done in the north. You know what? We could take this out. Let's hold on. I hope it doesn't. Maybe do me a favor. Okay. Since we're going to use this anyways today, so tonight. Safan. Safan this is the Mizbeach right over here. Everything north of this wall. This is the cutoff point right over here. So this entire area. Over here it's actually depicted in darker green. From here to here is north. We had a machloikis if this area is also included in this area. But this area for sure. That's north. Okay. So, we know there's 4 avodas that you have to perform on every carbon. Shchita, you have to shecht it. Kabbalah sadam, Kabbalah, you have to receive the blood in a cup. You have to walk it to the mizbeach, that's hilacha, and you have to sprinkle it on the mizbeach, that's zrika. So the Kabbalah sadam must be done in this area. You can't stand over here and do it. You have to be in this area. V'daman ton shtei matonis shehin arba. Now, the zrika part is shtei matonis. It works like this. We saw this. It's all chazara. It's all easy today. You sprinkle the blood on the corner of the mizbeach and you tag 2 walls. You get the 2 walls in one shot. It's 1 zrika, 2 walls. And you do that twice. You start over here on this corner, on the southwest corner, and then you move your way over here, which is the northeast corner. You must eat the carbon. These are the borders. You cannot go out of this area right over here. All with inside the Azar. You can't come outside into Harabayis and certainly not into Yerushalayim. This is kachim kachim. It's eaten in here. What's the recipe? L'zichri kuhuna, only a male kohen, b'chol machal, any type of recipe that you like. Liyoim v'layla. You could eat it the day that you shechted it. V'layla. And midrabanan only until chatzos. When is chatzos here in Eretz Yisrael right now? 11:15-ish. At chatzos. Until chatzos. What?
11:23.
It went up to 11:23. 7 minutes? It was 11:15 just a few days ago. Oh, that was the last minyan. Meir. Oh, you're right. Okay. Says the Gemara Menolan, the boy tzafon. How do you know that the Shalmi Tzibur on Shavuos, you need to shecht it in the north? The Tani Rabbi Chanan, Nun Hey Omid Al Van Tap. The Tani Rabbi Chanan kamed the Rav Vasisim Seir Izim Echad Lechatos, and then the pasuk continues. See if I have it here. No. Okay, no. Ushtei kvasim. Ushtei kvasim is the shlamim. Ma chatos betzafoin. Avshalmi tzibur betzafoin. Since it starts off talking about a chatos in the same pasuk, and it ends off with the shlamim of Shavuos, so we make a hekesh. We compare the two. You know, that was the first thing we established. The chatos requires the north. Avshalmi tzibur betzafoin. Amalei Rava. How do you know chatos? Me'oila. You learn it from Me'oila. Dover halamed behekesh, choyzim halamed behekesh. So, we had a whole sugi about this. Let's see if I can find it here. Here. We learn from an oila to a chatos. That what? That just like an oila has to be shechted in the north, so to a chatos. And now you're learning a shlamim from the chatos. So it's a hekesh from a hekesh. So Asham over there. No. We're learning shlamim now. We're learning shlamim. Minalan shlamim. Avshalmi tzibur tzafin. Amalei Rava v'chichatos seich meichen lemeida me'oila. Dov alam v'hekesh chazim alam v'hekesh. You're learning chatos from oila and shlamim from the chatos. Elementani Rav Mari b'reder Rav Kana. Ala l'seichem v'azivchi shal meichem. It says in the pasuk, "Al Yisechem Azivchi Shal Meichem, Ma'oila Kachi Kachim, Azivchi Shal Mitzibur Kachi Kadashim." Rashi says because you have musical instruments over there, so it has to be the Tzibur Shlamim. So we're learning directly now. We're learning the Shlamim directly from Ma'oila. Skip the whole Chatas thing. We're going from Shlamim straight to Oila. Ma'oila B'Tzafan, Azivchi Shal Mitzibur B'Tzafan. So you need the north when you shech these two Shlamim on Shavuos. You need the north. But you gave me an original hekesh that says in the pasuk chatos and oil. It says chatos and shlamim in the same pasuk. So we learn another thing. How do you know that only male kohanim could eat it? So too, we're learning from a chatos to our shlamim that you need a kohen to eat it. And it has to be a zachar. It can't be a kohen's wife or anything. If you're going to use a hekesh like that, why? Because it says the same. It says two karbanos in the same pasuk. So we're going to learn one halacha to the other. We're going to learn one carbon from the other. So you know what? There's another pasuk. Yachi gabi el nazir dichsiv v'hikir is karbanin Hashem keves ben shnasai tamim echad la'oila. So it says in the pasuk oila. V'kavsa achaz v'shnasai tamima l'chatos. It says chatos. V'ayel echad damim l'shlamim. 3 karbanos in one pasuk. So you're going to give me a hekesh? So according to what you're telling me, the ram of the nazir has to be eaten only by a male kohen, and we know that's not true. Also by nazir, it says I just thought, as soon as I heard this, I just remembered in America they have a crazy minhag. Baruch Hashem, we're not allowed to eat it. You know, you go to the amusement park, you ever see this? You know what I'm talking about? Those turkey legs, they're walking around. What are you doing? Like, it's not in England. You guys don't have it, right? It's not polite. It's not nice. It's a gross. Sometimes it's like this big. And you got the mom's like that. That's they're going at it. Huh? You know what I'm talking about? They had it in your days, Reb Chaim? No? You never went to a good amusement park. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, something. It's strange. But anyways, that's what you give the kohen. But look at HaKohen, it says zroya, not a turkey one, but you give him the zroya of whatever carbon it is. B'sheila ben ayil, from the ram. The ram's foreleg, that's what he gets. It's cooked. How's it cooked? Because I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but basically here. Yeah? The shlomim is cooked, and that's where he puts his hair underneath the pot. We're not going to... Should I show you? Back in the day. That was the technology back then, like 2 years ago. Okay, so... So the Gemara just makes a very simple diuk inference. It says in the pasuk that the kohen gets the foreleg. So if I tell you a kohen gets a foreleg, what does that mean? What about the steaks? What about the lamb chops? Who gets that? A non-kohen. The kohen gets the foreleg, the Torah says. That means one thing is what he gets. That's it. The rest goes to the owner. They can't really get in there. But it comes out that according, okay, great. So the rest of but the zroya, you're telling me, according to what you're telling me, it comes out that only a zachar could eat it. And now the problem is that the Mishnah says that even a woman could eat it. Kasha. So that's a kasha. Everybody say mekacha ikre, kachi kachim lo ikre. This zroya is not called kachi kachim. Here it is. This one right over here. The zroya is called kodesh on the bottom. Just one kodesh. It only is one kedusha. The achatos is called kodesh kodashim, and a mela, therefore everybody could eat it. It's not a kachi kachim. It's just kodesh. Kodesh a woman could also eat. Kachi kachim lo yikri. It's not called kachi kachim. So how come there's a hekesh between a nazir and the chatos? Amar Ravashim gilach alecha mishloshtem yatsa. That if the nazir shaves his head, one of the things he has to do when he comes to, on his last day of Nazirus, he comes to Beis HaMikdash and he shaves his entire head, like I showed you before. Takes the hair, puts it underneath the shlamim. So you should do it with the shlamim, but if he does it with any of the other two karbanos that he brings, that's okay. Brand new Mishnah. Hatoida what? Where's that? Manchester. Shalom Aleichem, Manchester. Where's Reb David? What? He doesn't go? He started and he left? Hatoida. Yeah. Hatoida ve'el nazir kachim kalim. Okay, so now we're moving over. We're going through all the korbanos. So we finished all four on the right, the kachi kachim, and now we're moving over to kachim kalim. The lesser kedusha. First one on the list is taida. I said I have a friend in Lincoln, in Chicago, Rabbi Bronstein's son. He was on United, I forgot what flight it was, United something, Sioux City, Iowa. That's what it's called, the famous flight, Sioux City, Iowa. The flight was coming in, and the pilot realized that one of the hydraulics went out. Now, all these planes, the reason why they're so expensive, they have redundant systems. The hydraulics on this plane went out. A fluke thing happened. A part of the engine, one of the blades of the engine flew out, cut the line, the hydraulic line, and went around the plane and cut the second one, the redundant one. It's a nace shebenisim, and he happened to be in a little bit of a turn. So the plane kept on going to the right, and they couldn't make it go left. It was just going in right. It was going in circles. Now they want to land, so they call it, obviously the Mayday, and there's a whole series of nisim. He told me the story a number of times. That day in Sioux City, Iowa, from the entire United States, they did a drill, an emergency drill. So they had hundreds of fire engines and fire trucks and ambulances and medical people in that airport. That's nace number one. Nace number two, that the guy that taught the McDonald, I think there might be the same plane that went down this week, the UPS plane. The guy that MD-11. The guy that taught, let's say it was the MD-11, to the instructor of the entire United States happened to be on the flight as a passenger. And when he realized that something's wrong, he told the stewardess, I'm the instructor, tell them I'm here. Should I come in? He said, of course. And he devised a method with lowering the power in one of the engines to counteract the right turn. So they were coming in for a landing, and they lined it up with the runway, and Baruch Hashem, they got it to go. And as they landed, the plane tipped to the right, the wing hit the runway, and it rolled and blew up into a big giant flame, and 100 and something people died. And this Bronstein kid, He was only 8 years old and he's by himself on the flight without his parents. Strolly Bronstein. He's a UFC fighter now or whatever. I don't know what he's doing, but he's a frum kid. He went through a lot of things in his life. The guy next to him asked him to change seats or something weird, he told me. And he changed seats and the guy next to him died and he didn't die. The kids are nace after nace. He talked to him, you'll hear, you can write a whole book about it. And he was saved. So a guy like that comes out of so he has to bring a taida. That's just one of the stories. Now when the Mashiach comes, he has to bring a taida. This poor guy, when he went to Israel to learn in yeshiva, he was run over by a bus also. Twice? Kitzer, he didn't have a pashta life. He's married, he has kids, he's doing okay. He was on a podcast? Really? Okay. 114 killed. 1 minute. Is this before the crash or after? Oh, you saw the crash already, because they knew he's coming in front. They knew that it's going to be emergency, so they lined up with the cameras and everything. Here it is.
Goes to show you the instructor doesn't know anything either.
He tried his best. It was not a simple thing what he did. Yeah, exactly. If you're not an instructor, they would be in the ocean. He got them there. Anyway, Zok the Mishnah, Hatoida. If you have to say thank you to Hashem, coming out of a disease, coming out of a miracle, whatever it is, so instead of saying goima like we do today, after an aliyah, you bring a serious carbon with 40 breads, you sit and you eat it. Kachim kalim, it's kachim kalim. Shchitason ve'el nazar, and this is the ram of the nazar that we discussed before. Shchitason b'chol mokim ba'azara. Here we go. You could check it over here. You could check it over here. Anywhere. What about over here? So this is not so pashut. We're gonna see why you could shecht it over here, but it's not so simple. I'm not going to show you the video again. You just throw the blood at 2 corners, southwest and northeast, and it's a total of 4. And you can eat it all over Yerushalayim. You can come outside of the Beis HaMikdash over here and eat it anywhere in Yerushalayim. L'chol adam, anybody, a Yisrael, b'chol machol, any type of recipe, l'yoyim v'layla, ad chatzos. So this is what's interesting about a toida that's different than other kachi kalim. They only get 1 night and 1 day. Most kachi kalim, you can eat it for 2 days and 1 night. A day, the day you shecht it, that whole night, and the following day, until Shkia. But a toida, you have to eat quickly. And one of the reasons we said the Netziv is because you want to bring more friends over and make a whole thing out of it and tell them about your nace. You do it quickly. More people have to come because you have a lot of bread to get rid of in a lesser amount of time. Hamura mehem. I'm not sure. Should I just show you? I forgot to show it on Friday. I might as well show it now. I don't know where it goes exactly. Ad Chatzois. Okay. Here we go. You're supposed to, if you watch this in a mirror, you can see Merkaz Daf Yomi in straight. Suda carbon paida to Kayem Ayom Bebeisi from 1 till Chatzois. We all have a friend like that. You know what I'm talking about. So he likes it rear.
הגיע חצות הלילה, המסיבה נגמרה.
He's from Belski. It's Chatzois. You got to stop eating. Okay. Zok the Mishnah. Hamura mehem kayoytze behem. What's hamura mehem? The parts that you give to the kohen. What parts do you give to the kohen? Here you go. The chazav v'shoik. You have to do tnufa on it. You have to do, the waving in different directions. But the breast and the thigh. Goes to the kohen. Elo shamurim nechal kohanim. That part is only for the kohanim. L'neshayim v'livneim u'lavdeim. For the wives of the kohen, the kids of the kohen, and their slaves. What's a slave, Rabbi Isai? Eved Ivri, Eved Knani. Only Eved Knani, because it's the reshus of the owner. But Eved Ivri does not get to eat from the chaz of his shaykh. He's a Yisrael. He can't, just because he works for the guy, doesn't allow him to eat. It says in the pasuk that you should eat this chazet nuva shaykh, the shaykh, the chaza, where? B'makim tar, in a place that's tar. What does it mean that it should be in a place that's tar? Of course. All the karbanis before that, the sirchatos and everything else mentioned before, of course you have to eat it in a place that's tar. So he says like this: Elatar miklashu tame. It's going to be gevaldik. We're going to take. This is the most difficult part of the sugya, but it's easy. We have like this. There's 3 encampments in Klal Yisrael. We have the Machne Shechina, which is the entire Beis Hamikdash, and we have the Machne Levia, which is Har HaBayis. Believe it or not, on Har HaBayis, you can go on there when you're Tamei Meis. You go on Har HaBayis Tamei. So how come people don't go on Har HaBayis today? Because if you go where the Makam HaMikdash is, then you chayiv misa. So you got to be careful. People don't know exactly where the Makam HaMikdash is. Some people claim they do know, so they go on. It's something that is a little bit of a controversy. But a lot of people, including my good friend Avi Kamiansky and Danny Fay, they go on. And now I hear that Eitan G goes on. Yeah, of course. Now the third machna is that of a Yisrael, and a Zav and a Nida, they could go in there. But a Mitzayra, where's the Mitzayra go? He has to go outside completely of the 3 machnas. So that's what the Gemara is saying. Now the Torah is telling us, where could he eat it? Tahar mitumas Mitzayra. There's no Mitzayra in here. So let's take a look at this map. There's no Mitzayra. So where could he eat it? He could eat it even in Machne Yisrael. He could eat it in Machne Yisrael. Tahar mitumas Mitzayra, v'tamei mitumas meis. Zav. There is a tumah of Zav over there. So where is this exactly? Zeh Machne Yisrael. That's where he eats the chaz of his shaykh. Ask the Gemara. So here, just let's see. Okay, we'll get there in a second. Maybe it means, let's go back over here. Maybe it means that he could eat it in the Machne Levia, where it has tumas meis, but doesn't have tumas zav over there. Vezes says Machne Levia. Omar Abaya. Let me explain to you. Omar Krov Achalta Moisa b'Mokim Kodesh. Take a look over here. Says Abaya. So here we have the Shlamim in the Machne Yisrael. Says Abaya that the pasuk of Mokim Kodesh tells me that I have to take it out of the Machne Shechina and put it in the Machne Levia. That's what I'm doing with this one pasuk. B'Mokim Kodesh, take it out of the Shechina and put it in the Levia. Now, there's one more pasuk. I take, we're talking about Lachmi Toida now. You see that's a Lechem Toida. We take it out of the Machne Shechina and put it in Machne Levia. Hadar Ksiv, then it says another pasuk. B'Mokim Tar. Apkel Machne Yisrael. Take a look now. Pasuk number 2 comes around and says, now I take it out of the Levia and I put it in the Machne Yisrael. Okay. I don't know, without charts, it's also very understandable. I think it makes it a lot easier. No? The visual? For me at least, not for you. You're not a visual person maybe. He gave me these eyes. A lot of times after I show the chart, that's pashut, of course I could do it without. No, just the words are confusing. You're going, coming. Anyway, so what does he say? Basically, you start off. First base or home plate is Machne Yishchina. Then you get 2 psukim. So one pasuk puts him on first base, which is Machne Levi, and then second base is Machne Yisrael. Okay, something like that. Rava Amar, Oisabe Makim Kodesh, Kadosh, V'le'acher Makim Kadosh. That what? Apke Legamre. Take a look at Rava. Rava says we start off in the Beis Hamikdash. Apke legamri means I got to get rid of him from all the machlis. Look what I do to him. B'makom kadosh, knocks him out completely. Out of there. That's pasuk number 1. Now pasuk number 2 is going to reinsert him. He's going to put him back. Where is he going to put him back? Huh? Why Levia? It's going to put him right back. You take one jump back into Machne Yisrael. The Gemara is going to ask, why not 2 jumps? So the Gemara is going to say, don't be a chazer. Like, don't push it. You don't jump twice. But what do you mean? Rava jumped. Look where he jumped from. Machne Yisrael, Shechina, all the way to there. No. On the way back, you only jump one. Take it easy. Tafas and like tafas, the kind of thing. Out of the 3 machnes completely. So let me take this off. Here. We're holding right here. Then comes another pasuk. The second pasuk that Abaya had, and puts it back into play. Where? To Machne Yisrael. Maybe you should go more here, like the purple arrow. Maybe you should go all the way, jump to. No, that's already too much. Why jump 2? Jump 1. So how come Rav on his way out? Look at this. He also jumped 2. He jumped 3 actually. So maybe he should only jump 1. Rava should, when the pasuk comes to B'makom Kadosh, who told Rava to knock him out completely out of the 3 machnes into the purple? Maybe he should go into the Machne Levia. How could Rava knock him out completely into the purple, which is what? Outside of Yerushalayim. It says Mefurish in the pasuk, you're not allowed to eat it outside. A kachim kalam, a carbon, you can't eat outside of Yerushalayim. You can't just eat in Bet Shemesh. It's awesome. So Rava says the Gemara doesn't work well. I'm just going to do a bias thing. What's a bias thing? A bias says B'makom Kadosh is 1, and then comes another pasuk B'makom Tar, and that's 2, and that's how I end up in Machne Yisrael. Brad, that's the difficult part of today's shir. Now it's easy again. Shlomim Kachim Kalam. I think Yidl's still with us. Yidl is still with us. Yeah? No? Anybody want me to repeat the sugya? No? Okay, we're good. You? I'm not going to. Shlomim Kachim Kalam. So now we go back to the list of Kachim Kalam, Kachim. What do we have left? Here we go. This is Kachim Kalam. Now we're going to talk about Shlomim. We learned about Pesach. Carbon Pesach that you don't bring on Erev Pesach flips into a Shlomim, right? So Shlomim, Kachim Kalam, if there's no Me'ila on it, where can you shecht it? Anywhere here, anywhere. Over here, in the south of the Azara. What about over here? This is what we got to discuss. You shoot the blood on the corner, it hits 2 walls, and it's kachim kalas. You can eat it all over Yerushalayim. L'chol adam, could be Yisrael. B'chol machol, all the recipes. L'shnei yomim, b'chol ha'ir, b'chol adam, u'b'zet, hinotzel. No, okay, whatever. I got it. He started humming it, so I had to do it. L'chol adam, b'chol machol, l'shnei yomim, v'layla echad. So let's get this straight. What's Shnei Yomim? We start off by the day of the Shechita. You shechted it at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you get from there till Shkia. That's 1 day. Then you get Laila. You get that whole night, all the way to the morning. And then you get 1 more day, the whole day until Shkia. Hamura Mehem. Again, what's Mura Mehem? Rabbi say, you remember Mura Mehem? The Chaz of Shaykh. I don't know what we have here. Wow, it's a lot of stuff. This is Mura Mehem, yeah? The Chaz of Shaykh, the matana that you give the Kayan, the gift. Kayotzebem is like it. That what? Ella. Shamurim Nechal. In other words, you can eat it in the whole city, in the whole Yerushalayim, any way you want to eat, any recipe. You have 2 days and a night. All the halachas, besides 1. El Shamurim Nechal Kayanim. It could only be eaten by a Kayan. L'neshayim, v'livneim, v'lavdeim. What kind of Eved, Rabbi say? Correct. The Eved Knani. Says the Gemara, Tonar Rabbanu, Shochatoi Pesach Oyel Moed. This is a major halacha. This is going to drive the entire sugya. This is the doorway to the Oyel Moed. otherwise known today as the Heichal. In the Midbar is the Oyel Mayed, over here is the Heichal. This is the doorway. When you shecht an animal, you have to visually see the door. The door has to see you. So, this is, you could shecht this entire area, but it has to be towards the door of the Oyel Mayed. What about over here? This is behind the door. There's a problem. There's a major problem. How can you shecht over here? You have to see the door of the Heichal. That's the halacha. So says the Gemara, it has to be by the doorway of the Oyel Mayed. Three psukim we have here. It says Lifnei Oyel Mayed, Pesach Oyel Mayed, Lifnei Oyel Mayed, three psukim. What does it teach us? Lahachshir kol haruchos b'kachim kalim. All three directions. 1, 2, and 3. The direction we're missing really is this direction over here. Now, if I were to ask you, could you shecht a shlamim in this area? You could shecht over here an oila, a chatas, a asham, shalom tzibur, kachim you could shecht over here. Could I shecht kachim kalim, a toida, could I shecht over here? I just gave you three psukim that I could shecht over here, and over here. What about over here? What do you say? Of course yes. Why? That's called a kavachomer. But I'll give you another kavachomer. So what could be, now I want you to think very hard, what could be a reason to say you cannot shecht over there? Well, no, this could contain the holiest of the holy.
Correct.
So maybe.
So therefore, maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, you shouldn't put a little guy in there.
Be able to put something.
I hear. He says it's not proper to put a kachi kalam in there. I hear. But the Gemara says a different svar. We're going to see in a second. So now the Gemara says what he said. What's your name? Turkowski? Yeah. Something like that. From where? Shalom Aleichem. Okay. So says the Gemara. You take an oila, you cannot shecht it in all this area. Only in the tzafon, only in the north. So kachim kalim, certainly, if you can shecht them over here, you should be able to shecht them over here. Rebbe Lezer argues. He says a different kavachim, the opposite. Rebbe Lezer oimer, I need a pasuk to tell me. It's not good without a pasuk. I can't use logic. I need a pasuk to tell me they get shecht in the north, a toida, a shlamim. Why? Shiach v'lai dinu. U'ma'kachim ka'al shuchshu b'kol ha'ruchos. Luchshem b'kol ha'ruchos kachim. Kachim shalei huchshu ela b'tzafon. And in addition shalei huchshu b'kol ha'ruchos kachim ka'al. Basically what he's saying is that maybe the Torah said, let's break it up. Let's use some logic here. That Kachim, this is their area. Kachim kalim is their area. Don't mix it up. What if I have too much? I don't want to overload this area. I want to be able to shecht the oil without any issues. I need a special area for oil. I need a special area for shlamim. So for that, the Torah says, no, you can shecht it anywhere. What's the nafkamina really? They're both saying that everybody agrees they can shecht Kachim kalim in this area. The question is, how do you learn it? Daf Nun Hamad Beis. Tanakama. Shkoyach. Thank you. Stick to driving. Okay, we'll do sponsors now. Turn to the Daf. Adar Global. Lili Nishmas. Reb Zeli ben Reb Avram Meir Meisels. Lili Nishmas Yehuda Doiv ben Reb Yisrael. Anonymous says, Schus for Hatzlach and Ruchnis and Yashmias. Judah Lishev Bat Yishlesinger for Hatzlach and Simcha for Yol Yudah ben Dvora. Sheva Miriam Eschana and Batya Basali Sheva Miriam. How did it get so late? Okay, we can finish this summit in 4 minutes. Tanakama Sovat Losa Kroy Ksivi, there's 3 psukim. Chad Gufei, didn't boy Bezach. You need to shecht in front of a door. You have to see that the door is open. It has to be open, this door. It can't be closed. And the second pasuk is to say that I could check, look at this area, these areas right over here. That's dadim. It's to the side. It's not directly to the door. It's to the side of the door. So this area, yes.
Can you set up mirrors or cameras?
No. That's in a concert, not in a basement. Oh, sorry. Oh, See, the Tzdadim they had these rooms, we're going to talk about them. You see over here, different rooms. There's more than that. Here's one. Different. Oh, there's a shire. Here, this is Lishkas Hagazis right over here. Rooms. There's more than this, I think. So, here's another one. These rooms, even though they're inside that Zara, if you shecht in here, no good. No good. That's called Tzidei Tzdadim, it's inside the room. And he holds that the north, the shecht over here, like he said from Beitar over there, whatever his name is, that this is logic. I don't need a pasuk for this. If you could check these guys over here, you could certainly check in the north. However, you're right. I need one pasuk to tell me that this door of the Heichal has to be open. I do need a pasuk to tell me they can check in the north. And one to tell me that I could check even on an angle to the door. And what do I hold? Over here, I don't need a pasuk that I can't check in here because that's certainly not in front of the door. Why the difference in language of the pasuk? One says the entrance to the Oyel Moed, and the other one says in front of the Oyel Moed. Like Rabbi Yehuda Shmuel says. Rabbi Yehuda said in the name of his Rebbe Shmuel, if you shecht a shlamim before the door is open, pasul. The door has to be open. Oh, I got to show you one of my favorite videos of all time. It's just bad quality. I showed this in the past, but every time I see it, I get more and more hana from it. There's a lot to learn from this. Basically, a guy tried a real video. A guy tried to rob a bank. So he comes to the bank, he holds them up, and the woman over there, she pushed a button, or wherever it is, they push the button, and the screen comes flying out from the thing, and that's it. They're gone. They're behind this metal screen. He can't rob them. So he panics. And he tries to run out. I'm going to just explain because it's very low quality. He tries to run out and he cannot get out. He puts his shoulder, and all of a sudden, an old lady walks into the bank. Here, check this out. It's an incredible video. It just shows you what not to do when you're panicking. It's real. This is all real. No, he gave up. He He just forgot the other direction. It's goyness. He forgot to try. No, they did it. And I read this whole thing. They did a test. They took a guy. They put him in a room. They said, "Let's see if you can get out of here within a half hour." And he had one like lamp and like a fork and a half hour. The guy takes the lamp, he unscrews it, all he had to do is turn the knob and walk out. He forgot because he got so confused. They said it takes a half hour, you could do it in a half hour. He didn't even try that. Anyway, says the Gemara. It has to be open and not locked. Same thing. If you shecht before you open the doors, it's possible. The Marav Masnach in Eretz Yisrael, they said, Omer Yaakov Baracha, Omer Avashi, Shlomim, Sheshachtan Kodim Shipatul Datis Ha'echel Psulim, before the doors are open, it's possible. Uba Mishkan, listen to this, Kodim Shiamidu Levim is Mishkan. If you shecht before they put up the Mishkan, they used to take it down, put it up, they used to travel, right? It was a traveling Mishkan. So if you shechted before the Mishkan was up, possible. And after they knocked it down, they folded it up and put it away, and then you shechted, no good. Pshita, says the Gemara, Mugaf Kina'ul Dami. If the door is closed and it's not locked, it's like as if it's locked. As if the door is closed, it's closed. It's not Pesach Oyel Moed. You're shechting it not with the door open. What if there's a curtain? So Rav Neuger Shal says that he met Reb Hilzaks. Reb Hilzaks told him that this generation, there's a curtain coming down. Like, the curtain comes down. You have to grab people from the other side and bring them to this side of the curtain, because once the curtain comes down, it's too late. You got to chop and chop and chop. Basically, he's talking about Daf Yomi, I think. You got to chop and chop right before it's too late.
Take the guys out.
Huh?
The same people take guys out. Don't forget none of you.
What do you? You're a bad example to what you're saying. I don't know. Zokti Gemara. Pshita. I know. Guvamai. Check this out. Guvamai. We have something. We have different here. This is the opening to the Heichal, right? Oh, Vilain. I'm a Vilain. Okay, so let's talk about Vilain for a second. I jumped into Rebbe Zach's. Vilain. The Vilain is nothing. It's as if the door is open. I didn't look it up. I was just thinking to myself that a lot of times in Yom Kippur you go to a shul, and the door of the Aron Kodesh opens and closes. So a lot of times they don't close. The people get lazy. They just do the paroiches. According to this Gemara, I don't know that's a problem. Maybe paroiches is enough. But according to the Gemara, paroiches is not. It's not a door. It's not there. So I don't know what the halach is. I'm just throwing it out there. Guvamai. This is interesting. Check this out. Something like this. I didn't see this yet. I told Yoshi to do something. Let's see how it works out. Oh. Is this a problem? You put something in front of the doorway that blocks the doorway. That's the shaila. Guvamai. This is, I'm sorry, Israeli guys, this is on Motzei Shabbos only. Tashma. So the guy's going to say it's not proper. Okay. Tashma. The sign Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Shnei Pishpashim Hayu Bebeis HaChalifos. V'Govan Shmoina. Check this out. We have a 3D animation of the Pishpish. Pishpish is a doorway, but where is it? It's on the corner. It's instead of the corner. Now check it out over here. This is the when you're looking from the side, and you could see, according to Rashi, there was shelves over there, and that's where they would put their shchita knives. Where do you get the knife from? When it comes out of your pocket? You come to Beis Hamikdash, you have all these knives ready to go. So the Gemara understands, what does it mean, Gavan Shmoina? It can't be that the height of this was 8, which is 16 feet. It doesn't match any other doorway in the Beis Hamikdash, which all the doorways were about 20 feet tall, not 16. Gavan Shmoina. That why we're going to explain in a second that these doorways enabled you. I'll explain it now. Why not? Once we're here. Where's my stick? There was a doorway, and the Gemara is going to go through the whole thing that's on the corner. But because it's right over here, if this was my head, where the point of the stick is, I could see everything from here. I could see this direction, and I could see this direction. So this covers, this doorway right over here, covers this whole area. And therefore I could check here, all these areas I could check. Why? Because I have a doorway right over here. 2 pishpashim, right here and right here. So, right, because you have to have a doorway open to the heichal. Here's the doorway open to the heichal. Doesn't it mean that there's a vending machine over there that's 8 amas tall? No, the doorway is 8. But wait a minute. I'm sorry, it's 40 feet tall. These doors were humongous. I never saw a door. I don't think I ever saw a door in my life that's 40 feet tall. 40 feet, all the doors. There were 40 by 20 feet. 20 feet wide, every door. So how could the pishpish be 8? Says Gemara, pishpishim shani. Those doorways were not real doors. They're just to be machshir, this area, just that you should allow you to shach there. So they made them smaller. So as the Gemara is done. If you have a doorway over here, but what about these areas? What about this area right over here that you can't see from the doorway? Says Gemara, that's why it's on an angle, right over here on the corner. The Mayalu B'Karen Zavis. What about Achor Beis HaKaparis? Rabbi Isai here. Dave, show higher. Are you able? Right over here, which is behind the Kodesh HaKadoshim, there's a little area, I think it's about 10 amma. 11 amma it says over here. 11 amma. this door is not going to help you. You can't see behind over here. Says the Gemara, you know what? Right over here there's a window. Stick your head out of this window from the Kodesh HaKadoshim, you'll see it. There's a little window. It was 8 amos tall, 16 feet tall. In order to enable the entire Azara, in order to eat the kachi kachim, the kohen wants to hide over here. You ever go to the airport, by the way? I just started noticing. You go to like a place where nobody walks. Like you go into like this, you go up the stairs, you go to make the left over there, nobody's there. And all of a sudden you see all the union workers just sitting there and watching there on their phones. You know what I'm talking about? Crazy. 10 of them. I'm telling their boss on them. So let's say you want to eat your sandwich all by yourself. You don't want a big meal. So you go over here, you're allowed to eat it. Kachi kachim. And kachim kalim, you're allowed to shech Pesach. There's millions of carbon Pesach. You go over here, you shech over here. There's 2 watchmen. Maila par bar. Omar Rav Shilo. Kiman de Omar klapi bar. As if they're saying it's on the outside. They would watch over here on the outside this window that was made to be machshir the whole Azara, Rabboisai. Have a wonderful week. A good Voch. Thank you for coming.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.